Arena, Los Angeles, California, and the stage is set for America's best contenders to test themselves, body and mind, heart and soul, against the American Gladiators. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Adamle, along with NFL Hall of Famer Larry Zonka, ready to begin a brand new, exciting season of the American Gladiators. And what better way, Zonk, to start things off than with an exhilarating game of Powerball.
Mike, it's like in the NFL. You want to run off tackle right off the bat, get those competitive juices flowing. There's some shot of our Gladiators, Laser, Tower, and oh, it's great to have that guy back, Turbo, off that serious knee injury a year ago. We'll have more on that later.
And this prelim will pit 24-year-old Cliff Miller from Jacksonville, Florida, an aviation electronics technician with the United States Navy. He'll face off against that man, 29-year-old Lance Sellers, a firefighter from Boise, Idaho, who also spent some time in the National Football League. And Powerball is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, super power.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Lance trying to go head on against Laser, nothing doing there, but Clifton Miller first out of the blocks and scores again. He does. There's Lance. That one by Clifton rolls off that outside cylinder.
Got a 2-on-3 situation. Both contenders come up short.
Cliff getting by Turbo then. Teamwork very important for the Gladiators. If they get confused, contenders can have a field day.
The contenders have to get separated here. They have to get at opposite ends of the field. Otherwise, the Gladiators are going to handle them easily.
This has been an unbelievable match. 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and that is it. How about a hand for both Clifton Miller and Lance Sellers against our Gladiator trio of Turbo, Tower, and Laser. Wow.
Our Gladiators sort of set the pace for the season. They said this is the way it's going to be. It's going to be physical on this Powerball court.
The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiator.
Glad so very much you could join us for another season of the American Gladiators. We have added a new event this year, something we call Skytrak. We have added some new wrinkles to some old favorite events. Plus, we have some new members of our American Gladiator team. A lot of surprises this season, but Larry, the thing I'm most excited about is the level of competition, because all of the contenders, or the majority of contenders on this show, are veterans of our recently completed live tour.
Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, because the fur is going to fly this year.
And Larry, the women are set to play Powerball. Diamond and Storm are back, and they've got a new teammate.
Good job.
My. All that muscle and all that beauty.
6'3", 185, and a very fiery disposition. For this preliminary round match, it'll be Jeannine Micheletti, 29 years old, from San Bruno, California. She's a housewife and also a personal trainer, and she'll have her hands full with 24-year-old Betsy Erickson, a gymnastics instructor from Oak Harbor, Washington, and a former gymnast herself at the University of Washington.
Gladiator ready!
Once again, 45 seconds of time limit. Goals in those outer cylinders worth 2 points. Betsy Erickson with a pretty good move on Sky to get the 2.
She told me her best move is a duck and spin. She's just running loose here.
Jeannine finally got on the scoreboard. That last goal by Betsy Erickson did not count. You must go to opposite ends once you score. Jeannine has one bounce out as she gets decked by Sky. That gymnastics experience coming in handy for Betsy there as she goes head over tea kettle.
A little tuck and roll and came up on her feet moving though.
5 seconds to go. The Gladiators meant business, and our contenders proved that they weren't going to be intimidated. However, Betsy Erickson may have made an unwise early decision by challenging the likes of Storm.
Mike, you spoke earlier about her gymnastics background. Watch right here. This gal's got to be flexible. As Storm drives her head into the mat, she bounces right back up. Here's a new feature called the Zonka Strainer. Now watch what happens as Betsy Erickson grabs a new ball, but then she drops it right here. Now, according to the rules of Powerball, after a dead ball, the contender must run all the way down here to get a new ball. Betsy, however, goes back to the same basket. You'll see referee Larry Thompson tell her, no, Betsy, that doesn't count. It's a dead ball. Oh, I love this new toy.
They have one event under their belt already, Powerball. Now it's time to play Breakthrough and Conquer. Again, this is our two-part event, part football, part wrestling. In the breakthrough portion of this event, Storm will man our miniature football field, and in the Conquer ring, it will be Diamond. First up for our contenders, Jeannine Micheletti. Jeannine trailing Betsy Erickson after one event 4-2. 5 points for being successful in each segment, so a possible total of 10.
Gladiator, ready!
Let's take a look at this through Storm's helmet cam. Jeannine was supposed to make a move. No move there. Bam.
And let's see if Jeannine has any moves in store for Diamond inside the Conquer ring. She's got 15 seconds to knock any portion of Diamond's body outside that ring. Jeannine going low. She's got a leg. She's got it. She got 5 points.
Talked about staying low. She was going to try to get in low and then pull the Gladiator back over top of her, but instead she put a shoulder to it and drove her out of the ring.
So Betsy Erickson will try to keep pace, and she, like Jeannine, will draw Storm here in breakthrough. Betsy Erickson again going for that power move. Contenders are in theory supposed to make a
very
football-like move, but instead we've seen Zonka-like bull rushes.
Well, she didn't make any move at all, and when Storm picked her up, she just drove her head right in the mat.
Betsy now 15 seconds to try to get any part of Diamond's body outside that Conquer ring. Diamond staying low. 5 seconds to go. Betsy trying to pull her over. She's getting mighty close, but can't do it.
What great determination by Diamond. She got low and just stayed down there and said, no way, my friend. She just pushed off, thrust with her arm.
So no points for Betsy Erickson. And the men are now set to go at it. Looks like Viper's all hot and bothered, and he's got a new teammate this year, Larry.
You've heard of Mr. Clean? Well, take a look at this. This is our version, American Gladiator version of Mr. Mean. Saber.
So some formidable competition for Cliff Miller, who's up first in Breakthrough and Conquer. Right now, after one event, Cliff has an 8-4 lead on Lance Sellers. Cliff, nice shake and bake.
That was a stinging move. He kind of put it into a glide. Soft stride in the last minute. Put a great juke on Viper, and Viper's still stinging from it.
Doesn't happen often. Let's see what happens here with Saber. Once again, 15 seconds to time limit here. Saber's got all the power, but Cliff Miller with the leverage.
Good job, baby. Goes in there with a little bit of a fireman carry approach and slings him out of the circle.
Now Lance Sellers will get his chance, and based on the fact that he spent 3 seasons in the National Football League, he ought to do well in this event.
Part of that time he was with my old team, a Miami Dolphin.
Lance was a linebacker then in 1986. Let's see if he has any of your offensive moves. Tries to make one there on Viper. Viper wasn't buying it. He doesn't get across the goal line. No points there.
Lance does a good job of getting a shoulder under Viper, gets him up off his feet, but here he's got to power into that end zone. He falls a little short.
So now it's on to the Conquer ring, and once again, Saber is holding court. Lance has got 15 seconds to get the job done. Saber with a mighty shove and keeping him down. Lance trying to use a little leverage as Saber's trying to make a move to get up. Turns him around, time running out, and that is it. So, as ineffective as they were against Clifton Miller, that's how effective they were against Lance Sellers.
Lance trying to go toe-to-toe with Saber, challenging that upper body strength. Saber just slings him out of the ring. Lance gets up, comes back in high again, and watch this move by Saber. Bam, takes his legs right out from under him. Now he's got that first victory under his belt.
And Lance will head to the locker room on the tail end of an 18-4 deficit. Still to come on the American Gladiators, our newest event, Skytrak. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, and we are now ready to unveil our newest event. We call it Skytrak, and there it is, a 7-ton race course suspended from the arena ceiling, the entire surface made up of Velcro, where contenders will meet an American Gladiator in a disorienting, upside-down, all-fours dash to the finish line. Technique, well, Larry, I know you have a few sage ideas on what it takes to do well here.
Hands for speed, feet for control. Now, the object of Skytrak is to race from the start line all the way down through the track to the turnaround point. Then head for home the same way until you cross the finish line.
A contender wins, it's worth 10 points. You finish second, you get 5. Again, this is a race. The Gladiator essentially the pace setter. It'll be Clifton Miller in lane 1, Viper the Gladiator in lane 2. Lance Sellers will be in lane 3. This is Skytrak for the first time.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready!
Looks like Lance Sellers may have jumped the gun just a bit, but Clifton Miller is on a tear. He's in lane 1, the contender, Viper behind him. Clifton, the electronic technicians aboard the aircraft carrier Theodore Roosevelt, an outstanding athlete, very quick in midair upside down. He's the first to make the turn. Lance has made up some ground. Here comes Viper. This is good stuff, Larry.
Head to head, look at the form on Viper. Got his head way back. He's not utilizing his feet like he should, but he's using that upper body power.
This finish is going to be close. Viper and Clifton Miller side by side. Cliff Miller, the first man across the finish line. He beats Viper, but just by a nose. He gets to 10 points.
And what a wild event. The secret is to utilize your hands and your feet. And right here, Cliff gives us a demonstration in that. Viper letting his legs hang. Cliff in a photo finish.
One of the things that makes Skytrak so unique, in addition to being suspended from the arena ceiling, is the fact that the surface is covered entirely by Velcro.
Yeah, and we have a piece of the Skytrak Velcro right here. I have the Velcro glove the contenders wear. Check this out. How's that? Nice and tight.
If you like that traction, how about this?
Dwight Clark.
High five. Ugh. This stuff sticks, believe me.
Well, it's now race time for our women, and in lane 1 it'll be Jeannine Micheletti, our housewife personal trainer from San Bruno, California. In lane 2 for the Gladiators, Storm, and she is excellent in this event. And in lane 3 will be our former University of Washington gymnast, Betsy Erickson.
Believe it or not, Mike, she's actually got some experience at this new craze. Velcro jumping, one of her favorite Seattle hangouts.
Contenders ready! Gladiator ready!
Larry Thompson starts them on their way. Storm blowing out to an early lead. You have to slow down in the corners and the curves. Storm with a significant lead on both of our contenders, but Betsy Erickson closing in as they reach the halfway point. Storm touches first. Here she comes, heading for home. Storm doing an excellent job of using both of her hands, both of her feet. She is going to push across the finish line first, but Betsy Erickson for the contenders is going to pick up 5 points for being the first contender across. Nicely done.
Woo! Betsy with that head back, seemingly having control through the entire race. Jeannine, on the other hand, getting a little tired, messing up in one of the curves and then sort of losing her enthusiasm.
And if you think this trio isn't tired, guess again. Jeannine Micheletti just wants to come down. She'll get unhooked, and here's what happened to her.
Mike, she's doing really well up to this point, but her legs are tired, and because of that, she loses control, spins out in the curve. Storm takes the lead and doesn't even look back.
And limbering up for the next event, another one of our new female gladiators, Electra. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, and event number 4 is at hand. Hang tough. And that gladiator is ready. Her athleticism will shock you.
It's nice to be back up in the air again.
Air Electra.
She's tough, She's full of energy, and she's beautiful. Electra.
And she plans, Larry, to excel in this event. She has a solid gymnastics background, but so does this woman, our contender, Betsy Erickson. With the University of Washington, was a member of the Husky women's gymnastics team. And here she is on the balance beam. Let's see how she'll do on the rings. Betsy at the moment with a 9-7 lead. She's got 60 seconds to make it across this grid of 55 rings. If she can do that, she'll pick up 10 points.
Betsy told me before the event she was going to go to the outside.
It's not an apparatus in women's gymnastics competition, but I know she's fooled around on the rings, and it is very apparent because she's got a breakaway going here. Oh. Electra cuts her off in the nick of time, has those long legs wrapped around her. Do you see how quick Electra made that lateral move? Betsy was on her way to 10 points. Now she's on her way down to the mat, and that is it. Electra gets her in 28 seconds. I don't think Betsy Erickson knew a hitter. Nice work by Electra. Woo.
Electra obviously new at this event, but extremely graceful as well as strong. Has no problem taking Betsy down.
And chalking up for her chance at Electra, Jeannine Micheletti, a Renaissance woman if there ever was one. You've read about her, you've heard about her. Well, here she is, the 90s superwoman, the woman who tries to have it all. Career woman, she's an assistant manager at Lucky Supermarket. Entrepreneur, starting her own personal training business. Bodybuilder, works out 5 times a week and has competed professionally. Wife, she married her prom date. And mother of 2 boys. How does she do it? How does 29-year-old Jeannine Micheletti keep her sanity?
I do schedule time for myself. I have to, whether it be a warm bath where I can go and relax for a while. And my family is very supportive. They really help out. The kids know. My husband bought me a Stairmaster, so I have my own Stairmaster at home. And they know when I'm on it that I'm unavailable practically because that's my time just to kind of zone out.
And what advice do their 2 sons give her coming into Gladiator Arena?
My oldest son is very cautious, so his first thing was be careful. And my younger one's just a little bit more excitable, so he tells me to kill him.
9-year-old Michael, 7-year-old Steven, Jeannine referring to, and I'm sure her sons are watching now.
Jeannine told me that she really likes this event. She's got that upper body strength, seemingly at home on the rings. Said she planned to stay away from the outside, try to stay down the middle, and maybe have to.
But look how much ground, Larry, though. Here's a total Electra covers.
Made a little mistake, didn't look at that next ring.
Yeah, and quick, my game. Going down. Go down.
Gladiator Tower laying down the gauntlet to the 2 male contenders. Lance Sellers will be up first. He trails 28-4 after 3 events.
Gladiator, ready!
Lance Sellers on his way against Tower.
Lance told me he planned to make an inside fake, draw the Gladiator, and then head for the outside and try to make a run past him.
Tower now crossing rings, trying to cut Lance off. 39 seconds left to go. Tower's got his arms wrapped around Sellers. The big man goes down. Both big men go down, and Tower with those long legs. I think Lance knew he was done for the afternoon.
Yes, didn't go according to plan for Lance. Of course, nothing has so far.
Well, Tower will have to do it one more time against this man, Cliff Miller, who has had a field day so far. There's Cliff's parents who came in from Cincinnati, Ohio, Dora Jean and Otis.
Ready! Gladiator, ready!
Mike, I just spoke to Cliff a little bit before this event, tried to get him to tell me what his plan was, but it's like trying to get blood out of a turnip. He doesn't want to tell anyone what he's got up his sleeve.
He must have a lot of confidence in his ability to change directions and create some momentum because he's virtually on the ring still there. He's being warned by referee Larry Thompson that he must make a forward move, an aggressive move, and try to get at least to another ring and eventually to that Gladiator platform. Tower moving in now, 25 seconds to go. Tower has to change directions and now hang tough himself. If Cliff can get a little momentum, he's got a chance here. Tower is in trouble. Larry Thompson again issuing the warning and saying, Cliff, you got to go forward. You got to make a positive move.
Cliff a little unsure, so he does nothing, but that nothing pays off as he picks up points in the process.
The Cliff Miller Express continues to roll. And you can be sure that he has earned the respect of all the gladiators. Coming up next here on the American Gladiators Atlasphere. Stay with us. Atlasphere is the next event here on our first show of our new season. And in their preliminary round match, Betsy Erickson has a 9-7 lead. Time now to unveil another new member of the Gladiator team. Her name is Lace.
Sexy, long blonde hair, but this gal is very physically fit. Lots of muscle to steer her through these events.
And she'll need it. Each of these Atlaspheres weighs 300 pounds. Lace will be joined by Electra. This is her first go-around in this event, where each goal is worth 2 points. There's a 60-second time limit. We have seen the prowess of Electra in other events. Watch her fly here in Atlasphere. Ba-boom! 2 deafening concussions as Lace belts Jeannine Micheletti, but Jeannine able to score in pod number 3. Now she's got another breakaway, and she's got another score. Lace with a good effort trying to keep Jeannine out. Now Electra working on her. Jeannine with those powerful lower legs works free again and scores again. Still 30 seconds left on the clock.
Look at Jeannine control that sphere.
Here comes Betsy, and it looks like she does. She gets her first score of the game and is rolling her way towards another one. Pod number 3, that one rolls off the corner. 15 seconds ago. Can Mom get another one? Here's Jeannine. Yeah! And still time on the clock. Betsy Erickson has run out of steam. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is it. But Larry, very impressed with the work of Jeannine Micheletti.
That's right, Mike. She's got her focus back as she takes the lead, 15-11.
Well, the men are set to get inside these Atlaspheres, and as you mentioned, Larry, awfully good to have this man back. Turbo, we will never forget what happened a year ago on the Powerball playing surface. Watch here, his left knee hyperextended. It resulted in a terrible knee injury that required major reconstructive surgery.
Coming home to you, baby.
And that leads us to this Ask a Gladiator segment. This coming from Randy Stoner of San Francisco, California, who writes, Dear Turbo, I freaked out when you blew out your knee last season. What was your rehab like, and are you fully recovered?
Randy, I'm glad to hear you're interested. The rehab was very intense. I spent a lot of time in the swimming pool, therefore taking the weight off of the knee joint, swimming, that kind of thing to keep the muscle active. Took me 9-10 months to get it back 100%, and thank you very much. It is back 110%, and I would hope that my abilities this year have proven that.
A lot of hard work and perseverance. Turbo will be joined by Saber, and this is his first taste of Atlasphere competition. He certainly has the power to get these Atlaspheres moving. Cliff Miller set to go against Lance Sellers. Here comes Turbo, here comes Saber. Whoa! Saber really rocked Cliff Miller.
Lance with a little opening.
Turbo checking him though. Cliff able to score in pod number 3. Now he's got to find room to run. He's got some. Can Turbo keep him out of pod number 2? So far, so good.
Don't get him. Let him go.
30 seconds left. Again, each goal in these numbered scoring pods worth 2 points. Turbo again thwarts Cliff's effort. They're all going for pod number 1. Can Lance Sellers get it in? No. 15 seconds to go. Clifton Miller trying for one more. 10 seconds to go. Turbo and Saber have been super. Lance Sellers finally able to get on the board. He might get one more. No, just missed it with 1 second left. One goal apiece. 2 points each for Clifton Miller and Lance Sellers. Excellent work by Turbo and Saber.
Lance making a desperate effort to score that last goal right at the end of the event. Absolutely went upside down, topsy-turvy, stood on his head, giving it his all, trying to make some points. But you can't take anything from our Gladiators. What a great performance.
And perhaps a tough act for our female Gladiators to follow, but don't tell Sky that. Assault is next.
Getting ready, kicking them down.
We are now ready for event number 6, the Gladiator that you are looking at. 6 foot 3 inches of Sky. She will man the assault cannon. This is our game of hit or be hit, where the contenders try to hit that target located above the Gladiator. If they can do that, it's worth 10 points. First up, Jeannine Micheletti. She has a 15-11 lead right now over Betsy Erickson. She is equipped with one of those helmet mount cameras. Here's her view.
That ball coming out, it almost looks like 3D when it comes at you at 100 miles an hour right there.
Again, if the contenders fail to hit the target, they still can pick up individual points by successfully firing weapons. Jeannine at station number 2 gets that shot off.
Notice, Mike, how she leans out slowly when she gets a hold of one of the weapons. It's a very critical time. Gladiators try to lay that ball right in there.
On her tiptoes, couldn't get the job done. 20 seconds left. We're down to 10 now. I don't know if that was pilot error or weapon malfunction. She appeared to pull the trigger. And that is it.
And Larry Thompson has ruled that she tried to fire the weapon. The weapon did misfire, so she is awarded the 5 points.
Well, Betsy Erickson better get on her horse because she trails by 8 right now.
Gladiator ready!
Once again, Sky for the Gladiators. Betsy Erickson on her way, had to dodge 2 balls that time. That one sails just about 1.5 feet above the target, right idea.
Mike, Betsy told me before the match she wasn't going to waste much time with the first couple weapons. Concentrate. Oh, she did neither!
Sky goes up and smokes. Betsy Erickson gets the job done in 24 seconds. Give that woman, our former University of Washington gymnastics co-captain, 10 big points.
And Betsy may well be the most surprised person in Gladiator Arena.
As we turn over assault to the men, where Tower has a couple of surprises for our pair of contenders, but this man is going to be awfully tough to hit. From the United States Navy, Cliff Miller, who has scored in all 5 previous events. He got a special leave from the aircraft carrier, the Theodore Roosevelt, where he serves to compete on this show. 35-6 against Lance Sellers.
Gladiator ready!
Tower hoping to make Cliff's run here in assault a short one. Boy's got that nonchalant gait, and then he turns it on when he needs to.
Almost like a glide.
Sets himself. That one whizzes by Tower's lower leg. Woo! That one hit the shield in front of Cliff's weapon. 35 seconds left to go. Cliff doing a great job, Larry, of keeping his eye on Tower.
Yeah, he's faced upfield all the time. That's what you want to do. You want to be looking at that cannon. Maximize your reaction time.
20 seconds to go.
Got it.
To fly. He's got another 10.
This guy never lets up. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. He wants every point he can amass. What a great job. Check this out, right under the gun, station 4. Good solid hit, middle of the bullseye.
And as a result, Lance Sellers trails 45-8, but this Boise firefighter used to crisis situations. He'll need to pull one out of the fire here against Tower. Lance squaring up. Tower doing the Gladiator shuffle up there on the platform. Lance an experienced hunter, so he knows what he's doing with these weapons. His eye a little off, though.
But that ain't no elk up there.
Whoa. And Tower just hit him in mid-stride, right atop that chest protector. Lance has just had one of those rough days where absolutely nothing has gone right.
Well, you're exactly right, Mike. Right here, his momentum carries him right into the path of the shot.
Nevertheless, he will press on. Event number 7 up next, a new one. An old favorite with a few new wrinkles, Super Powerball. Event number 7, a little new wrinkle this season. We call it Crunch Time. And our Crunch Time event, a new one, Super Powerball. I think you're gonna like it.
While Super Powerball has only 2 gladiators, it's not called Super for nothing. Contenders have only 3 cylinders in which to score rather than the usual 5.
Lance Sellers trailing Cliff Miller 45-8. Double-edged sword for the 2 contenders. Rules are exactly like that of Powerball, but with 2 less cylinders, there's more room to run, and that also could mean more collisions with our 2 gladiators. Goals in the outer cylinder with 3, goal in the center cylinder with 5. Clifton Miller working against Laser. Down he goes. Down goes Lance Seller against Viper. Viper had all jersey, thought he had Clifton Miller. Instead, Clifton scores. Viper taking Lance down to the ground. Cliff with another nice move.
Oh, Laser with a tackle on Lance. It appears Lance has his bell rung on that one.
He's still woozy. We're gonna stop the clock. Lance Sellers is down.
Super Powerball, a very physical game. Let's take a look at this hit from a couple of different angles. Right there, you see Lance's head bounce off the ground. Let's take a look at it from Laser's helmet cam. Good, clean, solid hit. Down Lance goes, bam! You see his head hit that mat.
Well, to be sure, Larry, he was out for a few seconds. He is now being assisted to the training room by Saber and Tower for further observation, but that had to hurt. Well, this is a look at Darryl Moore. Quite obviously, he's a gifted athlete. What an entry there. Unfortunately for Darryl, as he takes over for Lance Sellers, he also picks up Lance 8 points. It has been determined by our trainers that Lance cannot continue. He is okay, but he did suffer a concussion, so we want to make sure that he's all right. And Darryl Moore will come on to go against Clifton Miller. Now, Clifton has already scored twice in Super Powerball. He already has 6 points. We're going to resume the match with 17 seconds on the clock. Darryl Moore, 5'9", 170 from Hollywood, California, a flight instructor and actor. He's going to have to fly now. Meanwhile, Clifton Miller continues to put on the heat. Darryl Moore, with those fresh legs, is having a field day. Clifton Miller went back to that center cylinder. These 2 guys are putting on a clinic. Gladiators double teaming, Viper and Laser double teaming. And that is it. Cliff Miller, 19 more points. He now has a 64-16 lead over Darryl Moore, who replaced Lance Sellers.
Darryl Moore coming into this game with fresh legs, and look what a difference it makes. Puts a move on Viper. Viper comes up with nothing but a shirt and a helmet. Cliff, on the other hand, comes up with the points. In Super Powerball, our Gladiators must play a man-to-man defense. Here you see Viper make a big mistake, double teaming to the outside, leaving Cliff Miller with an open, easy scoring opportunity in the center pod.
Flat out, he missed the assignment. Well, Sky and Storm will see what they can do with our 2 women, and unlike the men's competition, the battle between Betsy Erickson and Jeannine Micheletti, extremely close, extremely competitive. Just 2 points separate the 2 ladies. Who will prevail in crunch time?
Gladiator ready!
Again, 45 seconds to time limit. Jeannine working against Storm. Sky rides Betsy to the ground. Again, this is the final event before the Eliminator. one of these two women could put themselves in a better position come that final event. But so far, Sky and Storm doing a real number on these two. 10 seconds to go so far, shutout. 5 seconds to go. And that is it. A shutout for Sky and Storm. We knew about Storm's athletic prowess. It looks like she's found a great partner in Sky.
You'd think as tall as Sky is that she wouldn't be able to move laterally as well as she does. But Betsy found out the hard way. She's got all the moves.
Not to mention those long arms.
If you ever question Storm's strength, we'll check it out here as she bulldogs Betsy to the floor.
Shut up.
The Eliminator is next.
Yeah.
Be aggressive, stay in my line, and don't let anybody cross it. Stay balanced at all times and throw as many punches as I can in the other opponent's face so he can't see. It's mine. Get out of here. You don't belong here. Stay alive. One day I was cutting my hair. I said, I want to look like bald head. And I always wanted to look like Mr. Clean, so I shaved it off. And I said, that's it. I got it.
Oak Harbor, Washington, and San Bruno, California will be represented as Jeannine Micheletti and Betsy Erickson will fight for the right to move on to the next round in the final event, the Eliminator. Right now, Betsy, the former University of Washington gymnast, has a 2-point lead over Jeannine. And again, according to our Eliminator scoring format, every point is worth a half second in time, which means that Betsy will get a 1-second head start over our housewife and personal trainer from San Bruno, California. Right now, Larry is at the start line, and he's with Jeannine. Larry?
Jeannine, 1 second doesn't really mean much in this. Is there any particular part of this Eliminator that really has you concerned?
The hand bike a little bit. I just want to get up that treadmill, get across the hand bike, and I think I'll be all right once I get there.
We'll be watching, and I'll see you at the other end.
Okay.
All right.
These two have been very, very competitive. They're set to go. If the contenders fall off the hand bike, they'll be assessed a 10-second penalty. To assess that penalty, our Gladiators Lace and Sky, and then one of the new wrinkles to this year's Eliminator, which is going to make this event extra tough, our gauntlet, where our two Gladiators, in this case Storm and Electra, will be activating and pumping these moving blocking dummies in the contenders' direction, so it won't be easy. And the Eliminator is brought to you by Skittles Bite-Sized Candies, also in Wild Berry, Tartan Tangy, and Tropical.
You go first on my whistle, you wait for second whistle. Are you ready?
First off, that reverse treadmill. Betsy has made it up now onto the hand bike. You gotta pump and push with both your arms and your legs. Jeannine really struggling on that treadmill. She's almost there, and finally she's made it. Meanwhile, Betsy has fallen off that spinning cylinder and trying to make her way back to the platform on a very unsteady rope. Jeannine hoping to cut into that lead. Betsy's finally up and now on the cargo net. Micheletti also goes down. She'll have to scramble up that ladder, and she'll have to do so in a hurry if she's going to catch Betsy Erickson. Jeannine wasting an awful lot of time, and here comes Betsy down the zip line. Jeannine seems to have run out of steam. She's just back on the cargo net. So for the first time all day, Betsy Erickson can cruise on home, enjoy the trip down the final straightaway, and she will advance to the next round. Nice effort.
Betsy, first off, congratulations, gal. I know it's been a long day. You ended it in just a little over a minute. It's a fine time for the Eliminator.
I got caught in the rope after I fell off. I couldn't get my foot out. So it would have been a lot faster had I made that.
Fine effort, Betsy. Congratulations, and welcome to the next round of the competition.
Right, I'm there.
All right, Mike?
Larry, officially, Betsy Erickson's time a fine 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Yay, it's over.
Jeannine Micheletti failed to finish the course. The men's eliminator is next, and you know it's a little too premature to call Clifton Miller the best athlete we've ever seen on the American Gladiators, but he's certainly made a most powerful statement. Right now, he has a commanding 64-16 lead over alternate Darryl Moore, who came on in place of the injured Lance Sellers. Mission impossible, because Darryl's going to have to face a 24-second deficit. Mission impossible? Let's find out. Larry's with him at the start line. Larry?
Darryl, you're getting a raw deal, buddy. Just the way it breaks down. That's the thing about sports, you know. It's kind of like justice. It's blind. You're coming in, 24-second deficit, raw deal, but you're going to give it your best shot.
That's all I can do is just give it my best, and hopefully everything's with me. And if not, hey, I had a good time, and let's continue this nice and very enjoyable game.
We appreciate your enthusiasm.
Hey, man, it's been very fun.
Okay. We'll hope to see you some more.
I hope so.
I'll check you at the finish line.
Take care.
All right, man.
Darryl, a flight instructor from Hollywood, California. I think he's going to need his airplane here, Larry, if he's got a chance to catch Cliff Miller. Once again, if the contenders fall off the handbike in the men's competition, a 7-second penalty is assessed. To enforce that penalty, should that happen, Viper and Turbo, and to activate the gauntlet, none other than Laser and Tower.
To the line. You wait for second whistle, Will. You go on my whistle. Ready?
Once again, a 24-second head start for Clifton Miller. So he's going to make this Eliminator course his personal playground. Great balance displayed on the spinning cylinder. Now, the cargo net. Darryl Moore chomping at the bit. And Clifton nearly halfway through. He's reached the zip line, and here comes Darryl Moore. But I don't think there's any question about it. Clifton Miller on his way to victory. 10 points in breakthrough, 10 points in Skytrak, 10 points in assault, and a great time here in the Eliminator. He is moving on to the next round.
I'm not going to ask you about the strategy. I've been trying to get your strategy out of you all day, and you just won't tell me.
Yeah, well, the fatigue is there. I just came out to have a good time. Really no game plan. Just came out to have a good time, and that overtook everything.
Well, congratulations, and welcome to the next round of the competition. Mike?
Thanks.
So our Navy aviation electronics technician moves on his time 42 seconds. And get this, Darryl Moore, the alternate, who had to start from 24 seconds behind, turned in a fine time as well, 46 seconds. So some great action here in this preliminary round, and we'll have a whole lot more next week, right here on the American Gladiators. See you then.